Shabbat Shalom. For those who are watching or who will be watching, if your name's not tagged in now, I will tag you later for the sake of time. I didn't tag all the tags for the sake of time, so we'll do that later. Before we start, like I told you, y'all come. What's going on?
Shalom, y'all.
Shabbat Shalom. We're going to go in on part 3 of Two Nations in the Womb. It's been Bible teaching. If you've been following part 1, part 2, you already got who is Ashu versus who is Yaakov. And you know that we come from Yaakov, who became Yahshar'al. We're going to cover a lot of different things in these teachings. Go ahead. Can you say them in mind or you want me to?
I'm trying to think of comments.
Okay. But we're finna go in on this teaching, man. It's vital to know this, because my thing is, you hear the Esau and Jacob talk, but you're not looking for the right people, and so you're not aligning yourself spiritually to the right people, because you're looking for the wrong people to be the right people. If you get what I'm saying. I'm two-stepping, young fella. That's why I looked at you. So, with that being said, when you know who to look for, then you know who are Abri Yahshar'al for real. You see the Ruach who leads them. Thank you, baby. You see Ruach who leads them. You see the understanding of those people. We cannot unify to everybody.
Right.
Because Yahushua did not unify to everybody.
Right.
If you teach that we unify to everybody, then what you do is you throw out the spirit of Yahuwah as Mashiach Yahushua, who said there is a narrow way, and who is my brother, my mother, right, and my sisters, but those who do the will of the Father. And what is the will of the Father? It is to keep Torah. It is to keep Torah in Mashiach Yahushua. Right. So if you're teaching anything against that, we cannot join to you. Right. So this is the way the truth is about to be laid out. We're about to walk into the book again. Two Nations in the Room, part 3. I'm excited about this one because I think this is unless the Ruach says otherwise, this is the final countdown. So before we start, I want Taya to come and do Abba's prayer. Everybody face towards Jerusalem. For which come our help, where his name dwells. You can go ahead and do it. And then I do translation.
Abinu, Shabbat Bashmayim, Yitkara Shimha, Tavo Mehu Teha, Yeseh Somha, Baret Asherna, Asha Bashmayim, Turn the new Hayam Hukem Ken, Touch the new attachment ten, Yeseh Sekim Benatu, Shah Ashmulani, who ought to be the new Day Masa, Ke'im, Hasalan, Bin Hara, Kalakai, Hamalaka, Batavura, Batabelis, they may over me. Amen.
Our Father, who lives in heaven, Kodesh be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the esteem forever. In the name of all names, Yahuwah Yahushua. Amen. Great job, Taylor Ball. So now, Two Nations in the moon, right in the womb, and we got 2 mics. I was going to say mic. 2 mics. 2 mics. Told out to the Akeem, man, for bringing this in, man, for us to do it like this, man. I just want you to know that when we doing this, man, we doing it out of the spirit, you know, not to prove that we are right, but prove that the Torah is right. Right. You know, the book says the word of Yahweh is right. We're not argumentative at all. We're trying to make sure that you see that the spirit of what we're doing this in is a spirit of getting an understanding of this book. You know, I've seen a a lot of comments and a lot of people, saying against us that we think we know it alls and this and that. No, we're not. We're telling you what the book actually said.
Right.
We're not trying to be know it alls. We're trying to fellowship with true believers.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? Knowing everything in the world, but not bringing one person to the Mashiach Yahushua is worthless.
Right.
It's not head knowledge what we're after. We're looking at the fellowship that's coming after his kingdom returns. That's the fellowship we seeking, man. We invite people all the time to come sit down and open this book with us. That's the initial thing that we did to pastor.
Yep.
Was to fellowship with us as brothers to learn this Torah. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, and we finna really jump into this right now. So before we move, and we won't move as fast, we'll go to Bereshit or Genesis 26, and I'm gonna start at 34 for a point because I want our key apocrypha turner page right here to go in depth on why Ashu offended his parents by marrying the daughters of Canaan, or who they call Canaan. It's a purpose to that, to understand this. We will be talking about multiple wives today. You may not like what you hear. You can block me. There's a block button on now. You didn't hear it. But we are going to give you the truth of what the book is actually saying and what is the will of Yahweh himself. What's up? Shalom, man. Man. Right, thank you for coming, man. So, we're going to start at Bereshit or Genesis. Man, that's awesome. 34. 26:34. Y'all, brace yourselves.
Yes, please.
So we finna two-step on into the truth.
You seem a little more calm today.
I am calm today. I appreciate that. I've just been enjoying the Shabbat. I'm a little toned down today. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm toned down too for the fact that I found out Tony Smith is now came into the truth of Yahushua. And I seen how, he a crook guy, And I watched him, man. I'm like, man, it's beautiful.
He went straight from Jesus to Yahushua.
Did he go and changed his sign? Hallelujah.
Yeah. He speaks Abba like that.
And I was showing my children about Brandon T. Jackson, how he's coming into the truth and growing, and wrote and did he did a live video to BT apologizing for not being in a celebrity basketball game because he forgot that it was gonna fall on the Shabbat. He gave him the promise when he thought it was on the day before. But then when he realized that it was on the Shabbat, he apologized to him for not showing up because he said, I must keep my commandments of the Most High. Man, hallelujah. Man, these are celebrities. So why our people, the Aubrey, are waking up, y'all? You notice the majority of those waking up is those who are so-called black people. This is fulfillment of prophecy. So if that's fulfillment of prophecy that Yaakov will come back into the truth, then we must look at Ashu being cut off. The wicked.
Yes, sir.
Man, let's go. So I am coming today. Get some elevator music in my head, right? Yeah. And Ashu, Esau, was 40 years old when he took to be his woman or wife, Yehudith.
Where you at? Bereshit what?
26:34. Yeah. Ashu was 40 years old when he took to be his woman, Yehudith, the daughter of Beeri, the Hittite, and Basma, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, which were a grief to the mind of Yitzhak and Rivka, or Isaac and Rebekah. It was a grief to him, huh?
Yeah, it was.
You want to tell them why? Yeah. Before we move into this, we finna really go in crazy.
All right. Go to the book of Jasher.
Oh, you got two mics.
Go to Jasher 28.
Are you gonna jump down already?
Yeah, I like how detailed Jasher puts it.
Wait, we gotta wait before we go to that end.
Huh?
We gotta wait before we go to that end.
About the dollars?
Yeah. But you're talking about the daughters of Canaan by itself. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna show you something.
That's what I was talking about.
No, go ahead. Sure. 28. Yahshar 28 or Jasher 28.
All right, we'll start at
And he's going to point this out, but we're going to revisit this whole 28 again, too.
Yeah, we are. Let me wait for 28. Go to 29. 29:14.
29:14. Okay. Joshua 29:14.
And the women of Esau vexed and provoked Yahshar'al and Rivkah with their works. For they walked not in the ways of Yahweh, but served their fathers Elohim of wood and stone, as their father had taught them. And they were more wicked than their father. And they went according to the evil desires of their hearts. And they sacrificed and burnt incense to Baalim, Baal. And Yahshar'al and Rivkah became weary of them. And Rivkah said, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Yaakov take a woman of the daughters of Heth, such as these, which are the daughters of the land, what good then is life unto me? And in those days, Anah, the woman of Esau, conceived and bore him a son. And Esau called the name of that son, was born to him Eliphaz. And Esau was 65 years old when she bore him.
What chapter is this?
29.
That's chapter 29:14 through 17. All right.
It's so funny, man.
Just how you out right now?
Right now, yeah.
All right, now. We're going to talk about this. You notice that the daughters of Canaan vexed 25, Jubilees 25:1. We're going to go to Jubilees or Jubilees 25:1. Now you see that it vexed his mother. It grieved his mother and his father that Esau, the firstborn, took daughters of Canaan. Let's talk about this. So let's go to Jubilees 25:1. We can go back and forth. Just let me know when you want to jump in. Because it's a lot. Jubilees 25:1. And in the second year of this week of Jubilee, Rivkah called Yaakov, her son, and spoke unto him, saying, My son, do not take you a woman of the daughters of Canaan, as Esau, your brother, a woman. She said a woman. She didn't say do not take wives. I want you to pay attention to the singularity of this conversation. That she says woman, not women's. Women's. It's woman. She's specific. Right. I want y'all to pay attention to this. Man, it's vital. Do not take to you a woman of the daughters of Canaan, as Esau, your brother, who took him 2 women of the daughters of Canaan. And they have embittered my soul with all their unclean deeds. For all their deeds are fornication and lust.
Man.
What? All their deeds are fornication and lust, and there is no righteousness with them. For their deeds are evil. This weather got me, y'all. Sorry. And I, my son, love you exceedingly, and my heart and my affection barak you, or bless you, or exalt you every hour of the day and watch of the night. And now, my son, listen to my voice and do the will of your mother, and do not take to you a woman of the daughters of this land, but only of the house of my father and my father's kindred. You shall take you a what? Woman, not women, woman of the house of my father, and all young will bless you. And the children, your children shall be a righteous generation and a Kadesh seed. And then spoke Yaakov to Rivkah, his mother, and said unto her, Behold, mother, I am 9 weeks of years old. If you know anything about Jubilees, that's 7 times 9 is 56 at this time when they're talking. Because a Jubilee is ran in weeks, and then it's ran to 50 Jubilees. You have 7 years, that's a Jubilee, and then 50. So he's 9 times 7 when he says this. He's not a 9-week-old baby. But people be little sometimes. He's a 9-week-old baby talking, huh? He is 9 weeks of years old. And neither have I not, Listen to this. Neither I know nor have I touched any woman.
Whoa.
We cannot even fathom that in our generation now.
Right.
Huh? Nor have I betrothed myself to any, or even think of taking me a woman of the daughters of Canaan. For I remember, mother, the words of Abraham, our father, for he commanded me not to take a woman of the daughters of Canaan,
Right.
but to take me a woman from the seed of my father's house and from my kindred. Why would Abraham tell Yaakov to do this? Why? He is telling him how to walk righteous. If he's giving him a righteous will, he can't tell him to take multiple women. Follow along to this. Before you get the typing on him, I want to show you something. He has to tell him what righteousness says through the Ruach of Yahweh.
Right.
It's not to increase unto yourselves women. It's to have a righteous seed from a righteous woman.
Right.
But because of what Ashu has done, who went to the daughters of Canaan, this is when you finna see it's a step or a domino effect of walking outside the will of Yahweh and walking in the flesh.
Right.
And it's not because it's the will of Yahweh either. I'm finna show you. Let's keep going. Let's read, shall we? He says, this is 25:6. I have heard before that the daughters have been born unto Laban. I'm going to touch on that too. Your brother. I have set my heart on them to take a woman from amongst them. To take a woman from amongst them. When I'm going to read to you later on that these two daughters, Leah and Rachel, were twins. Just as Ashu and Yaakov were twins. See there? Leah is the eldest. Yaakov, or Rachel, was the younger. Ashu was the eldest. Yaakov was the younger. They were placed like that for if Ashu would have walked in the will of the Most High, Leah was supposed to be his righteous reception. See that? We finna go there. Let's talk about it. And for this reason, he found out. Now, he's 56 years old. Pay attention to this. And for this reason, I have guarded myself in my ruach against committing crime and being corrupted in all my ways. In all my ways.
Right.
He's telling his mother that no time in my life have I corrupted myself. I wanted to follow the way. Listen to this, boy. Throughout all my days of my life, for I, with regard to lust and fornication, right. I want to run that back again. Abraham, my father, gave me my many commands. And despite all he had commanded me, these 22 years, my brother has strove with me and spoken frequently to me and said, my brother, take to be your woman a sister of my two women. See there? He's trying to walk righteous, but his brother is trying to corrupt his righteousness. But I refuse to do as he has done. I swear before you, mother, that all the days of my life I will not take me a woman from the daughter of the seeds of Canaan, and I will not act wickedly as my brother has done. Fear not, mother, be assured that I shall do your will and walk in uprightness and not corrupt my ways. Is that not Proverbs? Yes. Listen to the words of your father and your mother. They shall be a crown of life unto you. Man, come on, man, it's bull. And thereupon she lifted her face to heaven and extended her fingers of her hands and opened her mouth and Barak or Baruch al-Alyon, bless al-Alyon, the Most High, who had created the heavens and the earth. And she gave him thanks and praise. And she said, Baruch atah Yahweh Elohim, blessed be Yahweh Elohim, and may his Kodesh name be blessed forever and ever, who has given me Yaakov as a pure son, and a Kodesh seed, for he is yours, and yours shall his seed be continually, and throughout all generations forevermore. Barak him, O Yahweh, and place in my mouth the blessings of righteousness, that I may bless him. And at that hour, when the ruach of righteousness descended in her mouth, Now see, all this is purpose of Yahuwah. She placed both hands on the head of Yaakov and said, blessed are you, Yahweh of righteousness, and Elohim of the ages. May he bless you beyond all generations of men. May he give you, my son, the path of righteousness. Not flesh. Righteousness is walking in the spirit. That's why the ruach of righteousness came down. And reveal righteousness to your seed. And may he make your sons many during your life. And may they arise according to the number of the months of the year. And may their sons become many and great beyond the stars of heaven. And their numbers more than the sand of the sea. And may he give them this goodly land that he would give it to Abraham and to his seed after him always. And may they hold as a possession forever. And may I see born unto you, my son, blessed children during my life, and blessed and a Kadesh seed, all be your seed. And as you have refreshed your mother's ruach during her life, the womb of her that bore you blesses you thus. My affection and my breast bless you, and my mouth and my tongue praise you greatly. Yahshar'al did not have multiple wives. He had one, Rivka. That's why she's sending him back to get the same thing she got from her father's house. Come on. Increase and spread over the earth, and may your seed be perfect in joy and in heaven and earth forever. It does not take multiple women to produce multiple seeds. If that was the case, why did Noah have Shem, Ham, and Japheth only have one woman in order to replenish the whole earth?
Oh, man.
Let's talk about it now. You don't have to have a bunch, because that's what people say. This kingdom building up. We trying to build a kingdom around here. How are you building a kingdom when this kingdom ain't yours?
Right.
You in a kingdom that's not, you in a land that's not your own.
Babylon.
You in Babylon. It doesn't take multiple. Your seed can reproduce as the sand of the sea from one.
Right.
How do I know that? That's what Yahuwah told Abraham about one promised God.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. I'm not adding nothing. Just want y'all to speak. And may your name and your seed endure to all ages. And may Al-Yon, the Most High, be their Elohim. And may Elohim of righteousness tabernacle with them. And by them may his sanctuary be built unto all ages. Blessed be he that blesses you, and all flesh that curses you falsely, curses you falsely. Man, what is bull? May it be cursed. And she kissed him and said to him, may Yahweh of the world, may Yahweh of the world love you as the heart of your mother. Remember, Ashu is the beginning of the world.
Yes. Yaakov is the beginning of the world to come.
And Jacob, Yaakov, is the world to come. May Yahuwah of the world. So when Yah so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten son,
Right.
it wasn't the whole world. No. It was the world of righteousness. Boy. Man, we book. We finna go into this now. As the heart of your mother and her affection rejoice and bless you, and she ceased from blessing. Now, I jumped on that. We got so much. Let's go on through. I'm gonna do 26, huh? You got something else? Go ahead. Because we finna go into 26, but we're gonna jump back to the daughters of Canaan.
Yeah. Go to Dalmarina, Deuteronomy 7.
Now you see that all he spoke of was getting one woman from his mother's father.
Right.
Man, I got it.
Deuteronomy 7. Because notice he put so much emphasis on not marrying any of the daughters of Canaan.
Right.
Here we go. Chapter 7, verse 1. When Yahweh Elohim shall bring you into the land where you go to possess it, and has cast out many nations before you, the Hittim, the Gergesim, the Emorine, the Canaanite, and the Perizim, and the Hivim, and the Yebusim, 7 nations greater and mightier than you. And when Yahweh Elohim shall deliver them before you, you shall smite them and utterly destroy them. You shall make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shall you make marriages with them. Your daughter you shall not give unto his son, nor his daughter shall you take unto your son. For they will turn away out your son from following me, that they may serve other Elohim. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you, and destroy you suddenly.
Right.
But thus shall ye deal with them. You shall destroy their altars, break down their images, cut down their Asherah poles, their Christmas trees, their Easter poles.
Do you here respect their religions at any point?
No.
Because that's what people say now. You respect I respect my religion, and I respect your religion, you respect mine. That ain't cool.
No.
It's completely, utterly destroyed and abhorrent.
Right.
Go ahead.
And burn their graven images with fire.
Mm-hmm.
For you are a Kadesh people unto Yahweh Elohim. Yahweh Elohim has chosen you to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Come on.
Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because Yahweh loved you, and because he would guard out the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, as Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim. Know therefore that Yahweh Elohim, he is Elohim, the faithful all, which guards his covenant and mercy with them that love him and guard his commandments to 1,000 generations.
Notice that this is a renewed covenant happening. He is reinstating the very thing that I read that Yaakov already knew. They already had the Torah. But when they were in Mitzrayim, then you get a Torah after that if you have multiple women,
right,
you cannot diminish the seed of the one you hate. Well, why did you get that? Because in Mitzrayim, they did not have the Torah.
Exactly.
See there? So it's a reinstating. But see, if you already got a woman, Yahweh is not going to make you put her away. You already got one. That was for precept of if you already had one, not to go get them. And this book.
That is.
Okay.
So
we're going to see this in a second, by the way.
When they came out of Mitzrayim, when they came out of Egypt, people always say, well, they brought new laws, No, they was in bondage for so long, and they picked up so many customs and against Torah customs that wasn't against, that was against the Most High. Right. He had to reestablish them and give them, this is what you need to do now. Right. Because you done meddled and done this, this is how it's supposed to be. Right. Because you got some laws that were instituted after the fact that we never seen before the fact. They never had the opportunity to do those things. Right. Yeah, for instance, like when Reuben did what he done, it was saying it was the first time he's ever known ever.
That's right. That's cool.
So it was certain things done in the land of Egypt that was never done before. So he had to reinstitute them on how to act and how to walk upright.
Yeah, because they didn't have it. So when you say that. When you say, see, I can show you in this book where it says if you have multiple women, that's just a clause if you have one. Right. It's like the laws today. You have certain clauses in case of something already being in place. Right. That clause or ordinance is put there to dictate you a Torah or instruction for that something that's already happened. Right. You already have it done.
And if it never happened, it won't never have to be addressed.
But I'm going to show you that it's against the will of the Most High. That if you have it, because it was never made to be so in the first place when you're walking in the kingdom.
Right.
Man.
Right. Now, I got some left.
Go
to Jubilees 8. I got to go through a few chapters just to get to this point of Canaan.
Come on.
So just bear with me for a minute.
Two-step, young fella.
Bear with me for a minute. We'll get to Canaan.
Jubilees or Jubilee 8.
There's some good stuff in between, too.
It's a lot to cover, so we're trying to bear with it, because it's a lot.
In the 29th Jubilee, in the first week, in the beginning, therefore, Arpachshad took to himself a woman, her name was Rasiah, the daughter of Shushan, the daughter of Elam, and she bore him a son in the 3rd year in this week, and he called his name Canaan. And the son grew when his father taught him writing, and he went to seek for himself a place where he might seize for himself a city. And he found a writing which former generations had carved on the rock. And he read what was thereon. And he transcribed it and sent on into it, for it contained the teaching of the watchers in accordance with which they used to observe the omens of the sun and the moon and the stars, and all the signs of heaven. And he wrote it down and said nothing regarding it, for he was afraid to speak to Noah about it, lest he should be angry with him on account of it. And in the 30th Jubilee, in the second week, in the first year thereof, he took to himself a woman. Her name was Milcah, the daughter of Madai, the son of Japheth. And in the 4th year, he begat a son. He called his name Shelah. For he said, truly I have been sent. And in the 4th year, he was born, and Shelah grew up and took to himself a woman. Her name was Muah, the daughter of Kasea, his father's brother. In the 130th Jubilee, in the 5th week, in the first year thereof. And she bore him a son in the 5th year thereof, and called his name Abar, they called Eber. And he took unto himself a woman, her name was Azurah, the daughter of Nebrod, in the 32nd Jubilee, in the 7th week, in the 3rd year thereof. And the 6th year thereof she bore him son, and called his name Peleg. For the days which was born, the children of Noah began to divide the earth amongst themselves. For this reason he called his name Peleg. And they divided secretly amongst themselves, and told it to Noah. And it came to pass in the beginning of 33rd Jubilee that they divided the earth into 3 parts, for Shem, Ham, and Japheth, according to the inheritance of each. In the first year, in the first week, which one of us had been sent, was with them.
Okay, pay attention to that too. Which one of us has been sent. These are angels talking to Marsha. I want you to pay attention. Thank you for sharing that right there too. I want you to pay attention that in these texts, while somebody is speaking, there is angels that interject and say, one of us was sent. They'll speak up and say that because they're talking to Marsha. That's what this whole book is about. They're talking to Marsha during the 40 days younger.
Right.
Go ahead.
And he called his sons, and they drew nigh to him. They and their children, he divided the earth into the lots, which his 3 sons were to take in possession. And they reached forth their hands and took the writing out of the bosom of Noah, their father. And there came forth on the writing as Shem's lot, the middle of the earth, which he should take as an inheritance for himself and for his sons, for the generations of eternity. From the middle of the mountain range of Rapha, from the mouth of the water from the river Tina, and his portion goes toward the west through the midst of this river, and it extends till it reaches the waters of the abysses, out of which the river goes forth and pours its waters into the sea, Miah. And this river flows into the great sea. And all that is toward the north is Japheth.
What's the great sea?
Follow along, y'all. Don't get too deep.
Yeah. And all this that is toward Negab belongs to Shem. And it extends till it reaches Carasso. This is in the bosom of the tongue which looks toward the Negab. And its portion extends along the great sea, and it stands in a straight line till it reaches the west of the tongue which looks toward the Negab. For this sea is named the tongue of the Mitzrayim Sea,
or the Egypt Sea.
And it turns from here towards the Negab, towards the mouth of the great sea on the shore of its waters, and it extends to the west of Afra, and it extends till it reaches the waters of the river Gihon, and to the south of the waters of Gihon to the banks of this river. And it extends toward the east till it reaches the garden of Adon, or Paradon, Eden. To the south, therefore, to the south and from the east of the whole land of Eden and of the whole east, it turns to the east and proceeds till it reaches the east of the mount named Rapha, and it descends to the bank of the mouth of the river Tina. This portion came forth by lot for Shem and his sons, that they should possess it forever unto his generations forevermore. And Noah rejoiced that this portion came forth for Shem and for his sons. And he remembered all that he had spoken with his mouth in prophecy, for he said, Baruch be Yahweh Elohim of Shem, and may Yahweh dwell in the dwelling of Shem. And he knew that the Garden of Eden is in the Kadesh of Kadeshniks, the holies of holies, and the dwelling of Yahweh in Mount Sinai is the center of the desert, and Mount Zalun, the center of the navel of the earth.
See there?
These 3 were created as Kadesh places facing each other. And he baruched the Elohim of Elohim, who had put the word of Yahweh into his mouth, and Yahweh forevermore. And he knew that a blessed portion and a blessing had come to Shem.
The word was put in the mouth just like Rebecca's, right?
Yeah.
See there? Go ahead. I didn't know you had it. Go ahead, though.
And the blessing had come to Shem and his sons unto the generations forever, the whole land of Eden, and the whole land of the Red Sea, and the whole land of the east and India, and on the Red Sea, and the mountains thereof, and all the land of Bashan, and all the land of Lebanon, and the islands of Ketur, and the mountains of Sanir, and Ammon, and the mountains of Syria in the north, and all the land of Elam, Assyria, and Babel, and Shushan, and Madai, and all the mountains of Ararat, and all the region beyond the sea, which is beyond the mountains of Assyria toward the north, a blessed and spacious land, and all that is in it is very good. We're getting somewhere, just bear with me. And for Ham came forth the second portion, beyond the Gakon towards the south to the right of the garden, and it extends toward the south, and it extends to all the mountains of fire, and it extends toward the west to the sea of Atel. It extends toward the west till it reaches the sea of Ma'u, that sea into which everything which is not destroyed descends. And it goes forth toward the north to the limits of Gadir. It goes forth to the coast of the waters of the sea, to the waters of the great sea, till it draws near to the river Gihon, and goes along the river Gihon till it reaches the right of the Garden of Eden. And this is the land which came forth for Ham as the portion which he had to occupy forever, for himself and his sons, and to their generations forever. And Japhet came forth, the third portion beyond the river Tina, to the north of the outflow of its waters, and extends northeasterly to the whole region of God, and to all the country east thereof. And extends northerly to the north, and it extends to the mountains of Kelt towards the north.
The Celtics, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And towards the sea of Ma'u. And it goes forth to the east of Gadir, as far as the region of the waters of the sea. And it extends until it approaches the west of Farah. And it returns toward Aphirah, and it extends easterly to the waters of the sea of Miat. And it extends to the region of the river Tina in a northeasterly direction until it approaches the boundaries of its waters toward the mountain Rapha, and it turns round towards the north. This is the land which came forth for Yahweh and his sons as the portion of his inheritance, which he should possess for himself and his sons for their generations forever.
5 great islands.
5 great islands, and a great land in the north. But it is cold, and the land of Ham is hot, and the land of Shem is neither hot nor cold, but is of a blended cold and heat. It's finna get good.
Come on, man. It's already good.
And Ham divided amongst his sons. The first portion came, see, divide the land. We divide the land right now.
And that's what they fighting over now, right?
Right.
Okay, come on.
And Ham divided amongst his sons, and the first portion came forth from Cush towards the east, and to the west of him for Mitzrayim or Egypt, and to the west of him for Put, and to the west of him, and to the west thereof on the sea for Canaan. And Shem also divided amongst his sons, and the first portion came forth for Elam his son to the east of the river Jedikel till it approaches the east, the whole land of India on the Red Sea on its coast, and the waters of Dedan, all the mountains of Mibri and Elam, and all the land of Shushan, and all that is on the side of Fornak to the Red Sea and the river Tina.
Dedan and Sudan too, by the way.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, sir.
And for Ashur came forth the second portion, and all the land of Ashur and Nineveh and Shinar, and to the border of India, and it ascends and skirts the rivers. And for Arpachshad came forth the third portion, and all the land of the region of Kasdim to the east of the Parak, bordering on the Red Sea, and all the waters of the desert, close to the tongue of the sea, which looks towards Mitzrayim, all the land of Lebanon and Sinir and Amanah to the border of the Parak. And for the Aram, there came forth the fourth portion, all the land of Aram, the Harim, between the Hiddekel and the Parak, to the north of the Kasdim, to the border of the mountains of Ashur, and the land of Ararat. And there came forth for Ludi the fifth portion, the mountains of Assyria, and all that pertaining to them, till it reaches the great sea, till it reaches the east of Assyria, his brother. And Japhet also divided the land of his inheritance among his sons. The first portion came forth for Gemir, to the east, from the north side of the river Tina, and the north there came forth for Magog, all the inner portions of the north until it reaches the sea of Yah. And for Madai came forth as his portion that he should possess from the west of his two brothers to the islands and to the coast of the islands. And for Yavan came forth the fourth portion every island and the islands which are toward the border of Ludi.
Yavan is Greece, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And for Tubal there came forth the fifth portion in the midst of the tongue which approaches towards the border of the portion of Ludi to the second tongue, to the region beyond the second tongue and to the third tongue. And for Meshach came forth the sixth portion, all the region beyond the third tongue, till it reaches the east of Gadir. And for Terah there came forth the seventh portion, 4 great islands in the midst of the sea, which reached to the portion of Ham, and the islands of Hamaturi came out of Lot for the sons of Farshad and his inheritance. And thus the sons of Noah divided unto their sons in the presence of Noah their father, and he bound them all by an oath, appreciating a curse on everyone that sought to seize the portion which had not fallen to him by his lot.
Come on.
And they all said, so be it. So be it for themselves and their sons forever throughout their generations to the day of judgment.
This is clear.
On which Yahweh Elohim shall judge them with a sword and with fire for all the unclean wickedness of their errors, wherewith they have filled the earth with transgression and uncleanness and fornication and crime.
Come on.
Now it's going to get good. Chapter 10.
That's a key point.
Very key point right there. And in the third week of this Jubilee, the unclean devils begin to lead astray the children of the sons of Noah.
For the Spirit speaks expressly that in the latter time some will depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirit and doctrines of devils.
That's it.
As in the days of Noah, those shall be right. Go ahead now.
And to make
to
error and destroy them. And the sons of Noah came to Noah their father, and they told him concerning the devils which were leading astray and blinding and slaying his sons' sons. And he prayed before Yahweh Elohim and said, Elohim, or the Ruach of all flesh, who has shown mercy unto me and has saved me and my sons from the waters of the flood, and has not caused me to perish as you did the sons of perdition. For your facade has been great towards me, and great has been your mercy to my soul. Let your facade be lifted upon my sons, and let not the wicked Ruach rule over them, lest they should destroy them from the earth. But do you bless me and my sons, that we may increase and multiply and replenish the earth. And you know how your watchers, the fathers of these Ruachs, acted in my day. And as for these Ruach which are living, imprison them and hold them fast in a place in condemnation, and let them not bring destruction on the sons of your servant, my Elohim, for these are malignant and created in order to destroy. Come on. And let them not rule over the Ruach of the living, for you alone can exercise dominion over them. And let them not have power over the sons of the righteous, for henceforth and forevermore. And Yahweh Elohim bade us to bind them all.
Bade us, the Malachim, the righteous angels, to bind them all. They're telling their story out. You pay attention to that.
And the chief of the Ruach, Mashtama, came and said, Yahweh, Creator, let some of them remain before me, and let them hearken to my voice, and do all that I shall say unto them. For if some of them are not left to me, I shall not be able to execute the power of my will on the sons of men.
Come on.
For these are for corruption and leading astray before my judgment. For great is the wickedness of the sons of men. Check this out. And he said, let the 10th part of them remain before him. And let 9 parts descend to the place of condemnation. So just a 10th was left, but still did a lot of damage.
Right.
And one of us he commanded that we should teach Noah all their medicines, for he knew that they would not walk in uprightness, nor strive in righteousness. And we did according to all his words. All the malignant evil ones we bound in the place of condemnation, and the 10th part of them we left, that they might be subject before Satan on the earth. And we explained to Noah all the medicines of their diseases, together with their seductions, how he might heal them with herbs of the earth. Gotta find that book. And Noah wrote down all these things in the book as we instruct him concerning every kind of medicine. Yeah, they got it. Thus the evil Ruach were precluded from hunting the sons of Noah. And he gave all them that he had, writing to Shem, his oldest son, for he loved him exceedingly above all his sons. And Noah slept with his fathers, and was buried on Mount Lubar in the land of Ararat. 950 years he completed in his life, 19 Jubilees, 2 weeks, and 5 years. In his life on earth, he sailed the children of men, save Hanok, because of the righteousness wherein he was perfect. For Hanok's office was ordained for a testimony to the generations of the world, so he should recount all the deeds of generations unto generations to the day of judgment. And in the 33rd Jubilee, in the first year, in the second week, Peleg took to himself a woman whose name was Lamna, the daughter of Sinai, and she bore him a son in the 4th year of this week, and called his name Reuel. For he said, behold, the children of men have become evil through the wicked purpose of building for themselves a city and a tower in the land of Shinar. For they departed from the land of Ararat eastward to Shinar. For in his days they built a city and a tower, saying, go, let us thereby ascend into the Shemayim. And they began to build. In the 4th week they made brick with fire, and the brick served them for stone, and the clay which they cemented them together for asphalt which come out of the sea. Now the fountains of the water in the land of Shinar. They built it 43 years were they building it. Its breadth was 203 bricks, and the height of the brick was 1/3 of one. His height accounted to 5,433 cubits and 2 palms, and the extent of one wall was 13 staves, and the other 30 staves. And Yahweh Elohim said to us, behold, they are one people, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will withhold from them. Go, let us go down, confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech, that they may be dispersed into cities and nations, and one purpose will no longer abide with them to the day of judgment. And Yahweh descended, and we descended with him to see the city, and the tower which the city of men had built. And he confounded their language, and they no longer understood one another's speech. And they ceased then to build the city and the tower. For this reason the whole land of Shinar is called Babel, because Yahweh did there confound all the language of the children of men. And from thence they were dispersed into their cities, each according to his language and his nation. And Yahweh sent a mighty wind against the tower, overthrew it upon the earth, and behold, it was between Assyria and Babel in the land of Shinar, and they called its name Overthrow. In the 4th week, in the 1st year, in the beginning thereof, in the 4th and 30th Jubilee, where they dispersed from the land of Shinar. And Ham and his sons. And now it's from, I finally get to my point after all that reading.
You did good. You did good.
And Ham and his sons went into the land which he had to occupy, which he acquired as his portion in the land of the south.
Right.
And Canaan saw the land of Lebanon to the river of Mitzrayim, that it was very good. And he went not into the land of his inheritance to the west, that is to the sea, and he dwelt in the land of Lebanon, eastward and westward, from the border of the Jordan and from the border of the sea. Now remember the curse now. And Ham, his father, and Cush, and Mitzrayim, his brother, said unto him, you have settled in a land which is not yours.
See there?
And which did not fall to us by lot.
This is why Yahshar'al was sent back to get the land of Canaan.
Exactly.
It was not.
Young fella.
Come on.
Let y'all read this.
Man, come on.
God dog it. Do not do so. For if you do so, you and your sons will fall in the land and be accursed through sedition. For by sedition ye have settled, and by sedition will your children fall, and you shall be rooted out forever.
Come on.
Dwell not in the dwelling of Shem. For to Shem and to his sons did it not come by their lot.
Did it come by
their lot. Cursed are you, and cursed shall you be beyond all the sons of Noah, by the curse by which we bound ourselves by an oath in the presence of the Kadash judge. And in the presence of Noah our father, but he did not hearken unto them, and dwelt in the land of Lebanon from Hamath to the entering of Mitzrayim, he and his sons until this day. And for this reason, that land is named Canaan.
So Yahweh was telling them to go to the land of Canaan where there's milk and honey, the promised land, because it was already promised to Shem in the first place.
That's why he went and told them to destroy all the inhabitants of that land. And that's why he didn't want to marry the daughters of Canaan, because of that curse.
See there? Now we can talk about something. Huh? Now you understand this.
Yeah.
Man, come on. Let's go then. That's good stuff.
Had to read all that.
And that's why when he brought them out of Mitzrayim, he wanted them to take that land.
Right.
It was not because it was somebody else's land. So them fighting over there, what they fighting about is this. The Palestinians are telling you that those people ain't Yahshar'al.
Right.
They're not Israel. We know what they look like. For they left here black and came back white.
And he wasn't telling them to go into the land and kill them because he was just a mean God.
Right. It was because they had put themselves under a curse. Just like Devarim 27. It's the same way. When you put an oath out there and when you agree to that oath, you have placed yourself under the law.
Oh.
That's something. That's power right there. 26.
Yeah, great.
Well, we're 26, right?
Yeah, we're 26.
Man, bro. Now we on Jubilees 26 and 1. We took you there to bring you back here. This is why she wanted to bless him so hard. This is why he knew that he could not get a woman of Canaan. Or put himself back up under a greater curse for doing that.
Yes, he did.
That's why his seed's supposed to be rooted out forever.
Exactly.
All right, let's go. 26. Now, see, people don't know that. They teaching white folks just evil. That's why they gonna be rooted out forever.
Right.
You got to go back to the history of it, to know the history, come back up, then talk about what's going on from the history. And the 7th year of this week, Yahshar'al called Ashu, his eldest son, and said to him, I am old, my son. Behold, my eyes are dim and seeing, and I know not the day of my death. Now, he's not doing this by the Ruach of Yahuwah. He's doing this because this is his favorite son.
Right.
This is my man's man right here. This is my boy.
Right.
So watch this. And now take your hunting weapons, to your quiver and bow. Go out to the field and hunt and catch me venison, my son. It's deer season right now.
It is.
Oh my goodness. Delicious. My son, make me savory meats, such as my soul loves. Bring it to me that I may eat, and my soul may bless you before I die. The Father's blessing is always sealed to Yahweh. If he gives that blessing, it is a sealing of what has to be established.
Right.
That's book.
Right. And remember part 2, we talked about how Abraham seen this in the Ruach. Yahuwah had already showed him there was going to be Yaakov and now Esau.
See there? So let's go. But Rivkah heard Yahshar'al speaking to Ashu. And Ashu went forth early in the field to hunt and catch and bring home to his father. And Rivkah called Yaakov her son and said unto him, Behold, I heard Yahshar'al your father speak unto Ashu your brother, saying, Hunt for me and make me savory meat and bring it, that I may eat and bless you before Yahweh, before I die. Now, my son, obey my voice. So he's doing something righteous. He ain't a thief.
No.
You get what I'm saying? He is doing something to block the wicked from receiving a blessing.
Right.
Come on. Command you, go to the flock and fetch 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meats for your father as he loves, and you shall bring it to your father that he may eat and bless you before Yahweh, before he die. This is also in Bereshit or Genesis 27 and 28 if you want them. I got them too, but I'm going to read from this one for the sake of my point. That you may be blessed. And Yaakov said to Rivkah, his mother, Mother, I shall not withhold anything which my father would eat, and which would please him. Only I fear, my mother, that he will recognize my voice and wish to touch me. You know that I am smooth, and Ashu, which means hairy,
Right.
not white man. My brother is hairy. And I shall appear before his eyes as an evildoer, and shall do a deed which he has not commanded me. He will be angry with me, and I shall bring upon myself a curse and not a blessing. And Rivkah his mother said unto him, Upon me be your curse, my son. Only obey my voice. And Yaakov obeyed the voice of Rivkah his mother, and went and fetched 2 good and fat kids of the goat, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made them savory meat such as he loved. And Rivkah took the goodly raiment of Ashu and her elder son, which was with her in the house, and she clothed Yaakov, her younger son, with them, and she put the skins of the kids, pay attention to this, on his hands and on the exposed parts of his neck. If you know the area that they are in, that he just read, look up the goats. They are woolly. They wool is like sheep wool. It is not no straight-haired, white Celtic goat.
Say that.
Because people say, see, Esau's hair is red and it's like white people's hair. Mm-hmm. The goats in this region are woolly.
Yes.
See there? Man, boy, let's go, man. It's not white people. Boy, I just wanted to put that out there. Look up the woolly goats. You'll see them in this region. And he gave up the meat and the bread, which you had prepared unto the hand of her son Yaakov. And Yaakov went into his father and said, I am your son. I have done according to you a baby. Arise, sit and eat of that which I have caught, father, that your soul may bless me. And Yaakov said to his son, how have you found so quickly, my son? And Yaakov said, because Yahweh, Allah has caused me to find. Which is a truth, if you think about it, because his mother heard this, and Abraham had already told him that he was going to intercept the blessing. Right. So here we go. And it says, so Yahshar'al said unto him, come near that I may feel you, my son, if you are my son Ashu or not. And Yaakov went near Yitzhak his father, and he felt him, and he said, the voice of Yaakov's voice, but the hands are the hands of a shoe. That's more woolly nappy hair on his hand. You know people like that. And he discerned him not, because there was a dispensation. Look at this. He discerned it not, because there was a dispensation from heaven to remove his power of perception.
Oh my goodness.
Now see the ordination of Yahweh. It was established by Yahuwah to this to be. Don't act like this ain't in here now. And Yitzhak discerned not, for his hands were hairy as his brother Ashur's, and so that he blessed him. And he said, are you my son Ashur? He said, I am your son. He didn't say he was Ashur. He said, I am your son.
Right.
And he said, bring near to me that I may eat of that which you have caught. Yahweh will never operate in a lie like that. You get what I'm saying? He said, I am your son. Right. He didn't say he was Ashur.
Right.
Because it was meant for this to happen. Pay attention. And he brought near, and he did eat, and he brought wine, and he drank. And Yitzhak, his father, said unto him, come near and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of the raiment, and he blessed him and said, behold, the smell of my son is as the smell of a full field that Yahweh has Baruch. And may Yahweh give you of the dew of the heaven and of the dew of the earth, plenty of grain and oil. Let nations serve you, and the people bow down to you. And Lord over your brethren, and let your mother's son bow down to you. And may all the blessings where you, Yahweh, have blessed me and blessed Abraham. How in the world can Ashur get this blessing when everything he has done is against Torah?
Right.
He disobeyed his mother and his father to get the women he done got. Every time they went to hear Shem and Noah teach Torah, he never went. So how, because you love your son so much, you gonna let wickedness overtake the world? You think Yahweh gonna allow that? Man, we've been teaching this wrong. Come on, they ain't not gonna get this to the wicked. This was never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Man, bro, that got me kind of stirred up there. And plenty of grain and oil, and nations serve you, and people bow down to you. Lord over your brother, and let your mother's sons bow down to you, and may all the blessings wherewith Yahweh has blessed me and blessed Abraham my father be imparted to you and over your seed. Cursed be he that curses you, and blessed be he that blesses you. Wait a second. That would mean Noah would have to be cursed, because you took the cursed daughters of Canaan.
Right.
It would have to make Noah under a curse too.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on, bro. And it came to pass, as soon as Yitzhak had made the end of the blessing his son Yaakov, and Yaakov had gone forth from Yitzhak his father, he hid himself, and Ashur his brother came in from hunting. And he also had made savory meat and brought it to his father, and said unto the father, let my father arise, and eat this venison that your soul may bless me. And Yitzhak said unto him, who are you? And he said unto him, I am your firstborn, your son Ashur. I have done as you commanded me. And Yitzhak said, was very greatly astonished, and said, who is he that has hunted and caught and brought to me? I have eaten of all before you came, and has blessed him, and he shall be blessed, and all his seed forever. See? Pay attention to this. And it came to pass when Ashur heard the words of his father Yitzhak, he cried with exceeding great and bitter cry. Remember, Shaul said, but Esau, weeping in bitterness, could not repent. Right. Man, it's all book, same way. Man, what? This ain't serious. And he said, bless me, even also, Father. And he said unto him, your brother came with guile, and has taken away your blessing. No, he did not come with guile. He came out of Yahweh. Right. He didn't want to bless his younger son. He wanted to bless the elder. Right. That was out of his flesh. Exactly. Not out of the ruach. Right. Let's go. Now, I know why his name is, wait, let me go back up. And take away your blessing. And he said, Ashur said, now I know why his name is Yaakov. Because he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away with a birthright, and now he has taken away my blessing. And he said, have you not reserved a blessing for me, father? And Yahshua answered and said unto Ashu, behold, I have made him your Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with plenty of grain and wine and oil have I strengthened him. And what now shall I do for you, my son? And Ashu said to Yahshua, his father, have you but one blessing, O father? Bless me even also, father. And Ashu lifted up his voice and wept. And Yahshua answered and said unto him, behold, far from the dew of the earth shall be your dwelling, and far from the dew of heaven above, and by your sword you will live, and you will serve your brother. This is not a blessing, bro. Listen to this. And it shall come to pass, when you become great, and do shake his yoke off your neck, you shall commit a crime, which is a crime unto death. Remember we talked about that last time. A sin unto death. And your seed shall be rooted out from under heaven. This came out the father's mouth. And Ashu kept threatening Yaakov because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him, and said in his heart, may the days of mourning for my father now come, that I may slay my brother Yaakov. Y'all see that? So let me see. Let me go. I got something else for you. Let's go to before I jump, let me see. Alright, let's go to Yahshar 28 again. I want to show y'all something. We're gonna go back and forth, but if y'all need all this, I'm gonna show you. Y'all see that he gonna commit a crime unto death when he get the yoke off his neck. Man, bro. Watch this. This is Yahshar 28. I'm gonna skip through the Yitzhak story, and I'm gonna go to, let's go to 24. Let's go to 24. I want y'all to see that. Actually, 23 first. I'm gonna go to 24. And it came to pass in those days, in the 110th year of the life of Yahshua, that in the 50th year of the life of Yaakov, in the year died Shem, the son of Noah. Shem was 600 years old in his death. Can you imagine living around somebody who knew the flood had happened? The truth that they had, but watch this, what I want you to pay attention to. Never one time does it call him Melchizedek. Not one time. So Melchizedek is Yahusha and not Shem. Throughout here, it kept mentioning Shem and not Melchizedek. That's a mistranslation. We'll touch on that in a few later. And it said, here we go. And in the 56th year of the life of Yaakov, people came, 25. And when Shem died, Yaakov returned to his father in Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And in the 56th year, remember I told you how old he was, of the life of Yaakov, people came from Haran. And Rivkah was told concerning her brother Laban, the son of Bethuel. For the woman of Laban was barren in those days. Is that not the same story about Rebekah and Isaac? Listen to this. And bore no children. And also his handmaids bore none to him. His wives. Remember, Laban is a wicked man. We'll touch on that later. His handmaids bore none to him. And Yahweh, after remembered Adinah, the woman of Laban, and she conceived and bore twin daughters. Here we go. The name of the elder, Leah. And the name of the younger, Rachel. See there? And those people came and told these things to Rebekah. And Rebekah rejoiced greatly that Yahweh had visited her brother and that he had got children. Why is she rejoicing? Because Okay. Let's go to 27. We're going to go to Jubilees 27. I just wanted you to see that they were twins. Let's go back to Jubilees 27. And I'm jumping. Let's see. Well, I want to touch on. trying to do it for the sake of time. You read about the daughters of hell, so we're going to go down. Let's go to 28. Let's go to 28. I think that's the right place. Got so much, man, so much here. 28. Jubilees 28. He went on his journey, this is Yaakov, in the land of the east, to Laban, his brother of Rivkah, and he was with him, and served him for Rachel. Let me sure I didn't skip nothing, man. There's a point I want to see here. We already 25 already. No, this is feast. Yeah. I'm just making sure I get the right one. If not, I'll go back to it. Anyway, he served him for Rachel, his daughter, 1 week. In the first year of the third week, he said to him, "Give my woman who I have served you 7 years." Y'all listen to this. I think this is it. Pay attention. Because I got so many points. So he worked for Rachel. He wept when he seen Rachel. That was another point. That's in Joshua 29, I think 8 to 14. No, that's not. That's Joshua. But let's go here for the point I'm trying to make. The daughter 1 week. And in the first year of the third week, he said unto him, "Give me my woman, for who I have served you 7 years. And Laban said unto Yaakov, I will give you your woman. He asked for one woman. One woman. And Laban made a feast. Listen to this. And took Leah, his elder daughter, and gave her to Yaakov as a woman. And he gave Zilpah her handmaid for a handmaid. Yaakov did not know it. No. Man, listen. For he thought that she was who? Rachel. He only worked for one woman. Right. When he made the covenant he made with his mother in 25, he was only going there for one woman. That was righteousness. I want you to see what happens and listen to this conversation. Barak Yahweh. And he went unto her, and behold, she was Leah. And Yaakov was angry with Laban, and said unto him, Why have you dealt thus with me? Why is he angry if he want 2 women? Right. He was just saying, oh, I want 2. Man, I take both of them. He is angry with him. Listen to this. Why have you dealt thus with me? Did I not serve you for Rachel and not for Leah? Why have you wronged me? Take your daughter. Take your daughters. Get your daughter back. You see that? Yeah. He didn't even want her. So how does he want multiple wives like they teaching? Take your daughter and I will go, for you have done evil to me. For Yaakov loved Rachel more than Leah, for Leah's eyes were weak, but her form was handsome. But her form was handsome. But Rachel had beautiful eyes and a beautiful and handsome form too. And Laban said to Yaakov, It is not done so in our country to give the younger before the elder. You see that? Why was she not married off yet? Because Ashu went the other way. He went to Canaan. He was supposed to come get her. But because of his impudence, his evilness, he went other way and left Leah by herself. Boy, let's go. We finna get into this. And it is not right to do this, for thus it is ordained and written in the heavenly tablets. You hear Laban bringing out that Torah. It is not Torah to give the younger before the elder. Boy, come on, man. Let's go. Boy, I'm getting excited. I'm sorry. And it is not right to do this, for thus it is ordained and written in the heavenly tablets that no one should give his daughter before the elder, but the elder one gives first. and after the younger. And the man who does so, they shall set down guilt against him in heaven. For none is righteous that does this thing, for the deed is evil before Yahuwah. Now, that's LeBron talking. Next verse is the angels talking. Remember I told you, pay attention. And command you the children of Yahshar'al. Wait a second. He's not Yahshar'al yet. This is Masha talking to you. This is Masha being talked to by the angels. Remember, Yaakov ain't Yahshar'al yet. His name ain't changed. Right. So pay attention. And command you the children of Yahshar'al that they do not this thing. Neither let them neither take or give the younger before they have given the elder, for it is very wicked. You see this? That's why Yaakov was mad at Laban, because why you give me both of them? But Laban said, I gotta do this right. This by the tablet. Come on, let's keep going. And Laban said to Yaakov, let the 7 days of the feast of this one pass by, and I will give you Rachel, that you may serve me another 7 years, that you may pasture my sheep as you did the former week. And on the day when the 7 days of the feast of Leah had passed, Laban gave Rachel to Yaakov. She already was here. He had worked for her. Now tell me sex is marriage. Nope. People lying, bro. They lying hard. You can't get out the book. And he might serve him another 7 years. And he gave Rachel Bilhah, the sister of Zilpah. They twins too. It's twins everywhere. Man, come on, bro. And the handmaid. And they served yet another 7 years for Rachel. And Leah had been given to him. And for Leah had been given to him for nothing. You see that? And Yahuwah opened the womb of Leah, and she conceived and bore Yaakov a son. Now let me tell you something. Nowhere does it say what Laban did was true righteousness. He just did not want to give the younger get married before the elder. That was the Torah. He was trying to protect his household. Now watch what happens. Let's keep going. And Yahuwah opened the womb of Leah, and she conceived and bore Yaakov a son, and called his name Reuben, on the 14th day of the 9th month, in the first year of the week. Reuben means I see a son, Reuben. And the womb of Rachel was closed. And Yahuwah saw that Leah was hated and Rachel loved. Now what's the Torah of that? Do not despise the inheritance of the wife you hate. Right. See there? The Torah had to come because crimes were being committed against it. It was not of righteousness. It was because to protect that woman from being messed up. Man, let's keep reading, bro. And again, Yaakov went in unto Leah, and she conceived and bore Yaakov a second son. She called his name Shimon. On the 21st of the 10th month, and in the year of the week. And again, Yaakov went into Leah. I'm going to do it like this for the sake of time. You can read that. Leah bore Reuben, Shimon, Louis, who is Levi, Yehuda, Issachar, Zebulun, and Dinah. They're twins too. Right. Brother and sister twins. That's who she bore. Bilhah bore Dan and Naphtali. That was her handmaiden. She gave it. She gave her handmaiden, Rachel did, to produce children. This is nothing that Yahuwah is doing. I got to read for that point. I want you to see that because I got to get to this point. Again, Yaakov went to Leah, this 14, and she conceived and bore him a son and called his name Louis, or who they call Levi. In the new moon of the first month in the 6th year of the week. And Yaakov went in unto her, and she conceived and bore him a fourth son. And she called his name Yehuda on the 15th of the 3rd month, in the first year of the 4th week. On account of all this, Rachel envied Leah, for she did not bear. And she said unto Yaakov, give me children. And Yaakov said, have I withheld from you the fruits of my womb? Have I forsaken you? And when Rachel saw When Rachel saw that Leah had borne 4 sons to Jacob already this time, Reuben, Shimon, and Louis, and Yehudah, the tribe that we from, she said unto him, Go in to Bilhah, my handmaid, and she will conceive and bear a son unto me. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to be his woman. You see that? It's nothing Yahuwah is doing. This is a competition of children, because children represent blessing to the woman at that time. So the women are operating out the flesh because they want children. I'm going to show you. Man, boy. And he went in unto her and conceived and bore him a son and called his name Dan. And on the 9th and 6th month and in the 6th year of the 3rd week. And Yaakov went in again unto Bilhah the 2nd time, and she conceived and bore Yaakov another son. And Rachel, see who called the name? She took her slave and produced children because she couldn't do it. Called his name Naphtali on the 5th and 7th month in the 2nd year of the 4th week. And when Leah saw that she had become sterile and did not bear, she envied Rachel. This is a competition against 2 twin sisters, is what you're hearing. And she also gave her handmaid, Zilpah. Boy, I bet Yaakov had no problem with this right here. None whatsoever. He is enjoying this because that's what the flesh is. Oh, good. Oh, I got to take her? Oh, all right. If I got to. And Bilhah the 2nd time, and she that boy crazy, and bore Yaakov another son, and Rachel called his name Naphtali. And I read that. Okay, 20. And when Leah saw that she became sterile and did not bear, she envied Rachel, and she also gave her handmaid Zilpah to Yaakov to be his woman. She conceived and bore a son, and Leah called his name Gad. You see who named him? They trying to act like they having children because they sterile. This is not a structure of multiple wives like Hebrews is trying to teach. This is childish battling between women to produce more children than the other. I'm saying, man, come on. And Leah called his name Gad. And on the 12th of God, that's where you get God. It means fortune, by the way. That's where you get God from. You can't use that like that. In the 12th and 8th month, and on the 3rd year of the 4th week. And he went in again unto her, and she conceived, and bore a 2nd son. And Leah called his name Asher. And on the 2nd and 11th month, in the 5th and 4th week, and Yaakov went in unto Leah, and she conceived, and bore a son, and called his name Issachar. On the 4th month, in the 4th year of the week, and she gave him a nerve. Right. And Yaakov went in again, and she conceived and bore 2 children. 2 children, a son and a daughter. She called the name of the son Zebulun, and the name of the daughter Dinah. There's the twins.
That one-on-one, man.
See there? No, that's Diana, sir. Stick to the text. These are Aubrey people. That's not Greek at all. Dinah, in the 7th month, and the 6th year of the month. Watch this. And Yahweh was gracious to Rachel. See, now he steps in. Now he steps in. Because this is the one he loves. This is the one he chose. But you notice, she ain't got no children. All she been doing is trying to compete to be a woman for her man. You see how we teach it? And these hate rules, they hate women. Let's be honest. You have no concern of what a woman going through. But Yahweh does. See there? So he's sitting back and he watching all this flesh operate. All this competition. And to the point that you ain't even having children. You taking your handmaid children and acting like they your children. You putting on the front. Huh? That ain't your seed. That ain't what I promised you. That ain't what I promised Yaakov to have. Y'all are in competition. But I'm going to show you something. And Yahweh was gracious to Rachel, and opened her womb, and she conceived and bore a son. And she called his name Yahsab. In Abri, it means Yah has added. Look at that. Watch how we connected to our Abri roots. When you want to take that biscuit and put a little more juice on it, you sock that boy. I don't care what y'all say. That is Abri. And you can't prove no otherwise. Because sock means to add on to something. You have added that gravy onto that biscuit by sopping it. I don't care what you talking about. His name is Yahushua. That's when you call him Joseph. No, it's Yah socked that boy on in there. He socked him. Yah has added. If you can prove me otherwise, come see me. He Yah socked him. Socked that boy up. And he was that good bread. See there? That good bread. Ain't that something? Come on, boy, what do we teaching around here? Non-GMO biscuit. He brought he the one gonna bring them in the mission. See that? But watch this. So she found him on the new month, right? The new month of the 4th month, 6th year of this 4th week. And in the days when Yasser were born, Jacob said to Laban, give me my women and my sons, and let me go to my father. Why? He can't leave them women there. That's not righteous. You see that? At first, when he first found out, he said, take her. But now he got children. Huh? You see this? That's the same thing with Sarah and Hagar. He said, in your power, put away. But Yahuwah told her to go back. Right. You can't leave because now there's something that must be done because y'all operated out of the flesh. Oh, see that? Sarah gave Hagar, not Yahuwah. Yahuwah told him Yitzhak was going to be his son. That's my promise. But what is it? I don't believe I have pleasure in my old age. Did she say it? When Yahusha himself gave the prophecy, that's Bereshit of Genesis 18, she said, will I find pleasure in my old age? He said, you doubted. No, I didn't. And so his name is Yahuwah is mocked, Yitzhak. But Sarah, because she doubted, gave Hagar to produce a seed. But I can't get rid of that seed because that seed is still in the bloodline. Go back unto her and put yourself subject. But I'll make 12 princes of him. I'll give you another promise that wasn't the initial promise that I had, but because I love him and I love you, because you are in Torah too, I'm going to put you back under a promise to produce 12 children. They're not going to receive the full inheritance that I promised, but I'm going to give them something. Y'all teaching it wrong when you talking about his kingdom business, because all you doing is operating out of your own flesh to get women because you just like them. You just want to sleep with somebody.
That's y'all.
Huh? Yeah. Because all them kids you got, how many know the Torah? I really want to stand up and do that. How many know the book? You just trying to produce more children. Kingdom building. But the kingdom is supposed to be under the sovereign of Torah. Right. Huh? You just trying to add bodies. Man, bro. Let's keep going. And let me go to my father, Yitzhak. For I have made me a house. And for I have completed the years when I served you for your $2. Because he first thought he was serving for the one steal. Man, we finna go there. I gotta go to that story. I want to get this. And Laban said to Yaakov, tarry with me for your wages and plaster me for again for your flocks. He didn't want to let him go. But before I go into that, let's go to the Hetlil. I want to touch on that. Yashar 31. I call it the Feast of Deception. We got to talk about this one. You got to hear how he got Leah. But this is what I want to do. Because I made a huge note when I was reading this rough. As they say, make sure that you say that it is never mentioned for this thing is of Yahuwah. Every time them women pass their handmaids on, it does not ever say this was done of Yahuwah. Now let me make a point. Abraham was born. His father went. He was supposed to give Abraham to slaughter. He took a slave child. He took a slave child from the handmaid and gave it to Nimrod. And it says that Nimrod took that baby and bust him on the ground. And it says, for this was of Yahuwah to protect Abraham. So you tell me something that horrendous to protect the life of a promise was mentioned, but when it comes to women passing on their handmaidens to produce 12 tribes, 12 brothers, not one time does it say, but this was of Yahuwah. You get what I'm saying? Y'all are making up stuff. You are walking outside of the will of the Most High because of your flesh. And it clearly says, walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. So let's look at 31. Shall we? Here we go. I want to talk about this feast and what he did to deceive him. Man, this is deception. Why is this here? Because let me tell you something. Laban is not righteous by no means. That boy had voodoo dolls and everything. Shrunken heads and everything. The righteousness was because Rivka said, go back to my brother, go back to his house and take his daughters, because they were producing women that were trying to do right. You get what I'm saying? Right. Rivka was one. Al-Azhar did not go and get two women for Yahshar'al. It was one he loved. He cried and he kissed her. Same thing happened with Yaakov. The first time he laid eyes on Rachel at the well, it says he hugged her and he wept bitterly, for he loved her as soon as he saw her. Huh? So let's talk about this. I call this the Feast of Deception. Nice little title. 31 and 1. In the 7th year, Jacob's service, which he had served Laban, was completed. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my woman, 1. For the days of my service are fulfilled. And Laban did so. And Laban and Jacob assembled all the people at the place, and they made a feast. This is a marriage feast. And in the evening, Laban came to the house, and afterward Jacob came there with the people of the feast. And Laban extinguished all the lights. Turn out the lights. See there? That's how you get in trouble anyway. That they were in the house. And Jacob said unto Laban, why do you do this thing unto us? Listen to Laban's answer. Laban answered, for such is our custom to act as the land. See there? Always using custom and culture. That's what gets you messed up. You Hebrews trying to look for custom and culture. See what I'm saying? And those cultures ain't even nowhere near Torah. What does the book say? Huh? Always custom. And our custom. And the custom you see they stargazed and they found star. No, it ain't. Come on, bro. For this is our custom to act in the land. And afterward Laban took his daughter Leah and brought to her Yaakov. And he came to her. And Yaakov did not know that she was Leah. That means he was not looking for multiple women. He was looking for one. Because this is righteous. This man is a righteous man. I read it in 25. He's not looking to multiply out of the will of the Most High. He want to walk as close to the will of the Most High as possible. Y'all better listen. Man. And Laban, Jacob did not know she was Leah. 31 and 5. And Laban gave his daughter Leah, his maid Zilpah, for a handmaid. And all the people at the feast knew what Laban had done to Jacob, but they did not tell the thing to Jacob. These people dirty. Huh? And all the neighbors came that night to Jacob's house. And they ate and drank and rejoiced and played before Leah upon timbrels with dances. And they responded before Jacob, he Leah, he Leah. Why? Let me give you a little Aubrey thing. Me and my daughter tell you how we do. He is she. Who is he? Dog is fish in the Aubrey. It's easy. He is she. Who is he? Dog is fish in the Aubrey. So what they were saying was, she is Leah. See there? He Leah. He around with timbrels and stuff, singing, he lived. Ain't that something? And Yaakov heard the words, but did not understand the meaning. He like, what the world? She lived. You know, he probably thought Leah was out there just tearing it up on the dance floor. Oh, Leah. Oh, what's going on here? I do not understand this thing. I don't understand it. Thought she was bringing down the house. But he thought as might be their custom in the land. See how customs trick you? We always talking about customs. You need to research customs before you do them. For example, I have on a dashiki. I went and researched dashiki before I wore a dashiki. It means the shirt. Simple enough. If I had found any ritual attachment to that thing, I would not wear it.
Like a cycle feast.
Like a feast cycle, by the way. Exactly. Very good point. Stop allowing customs to draw you away from the Most High. I'm going to say it right here and come holler at me. The Star of David is not of the Most High. It is a custom picked up by, guess who? The Ashkenazi Celtic Jews. That star is the Rothschild. Where did I get that from? Rothschild changed his name to Rothschild, which means red shield. That is the shield or star of Kayun in the book Amos 5:26. You can write it down and read it. And in Acts 7, they call it the star of Remphan. It is a demonic star. It has nothing to do with the Most High. You want to rock something to be deep? Rock a menorah. That is his light. That's why I know that Israel, once again, is not that place over there. Reason why you rock the star of Kayun, the demon Remphan. Right. If you were true, you would rock the menorah, which represents Yahusha. That's Exodus 39. That's why he says, behold, he that comes with the 7 candlesticks. Because a menorah has 7 candlesticks, not 9, you fake Jews. Stop following Jewish customs. Paul taught that. Jewish fables and wives' tales. You are following something because you think it's a custom and it's leading you into the pit. It's leading you away from the will of the Most High. So, back to this man, he heard them dancing and singing and saying, he Leah, she is Leah, she is Leah. And he didn't understand. He's like, oh, once again, that's a custom. Focus, young folk. And he said, and the neighbor spoke these words before Yaakov during the night. And all the lights in the house of Laban had been extinguished. And in the bokar, or the morning, daylight appeared. Yaakov turned to his woman. Oh! The afterglow. And he saw like that milk and honey, young fella. Turn to that milk and honey. He's going to get a double portion. And he saw, and behold, it was Leah that had been lying in his bosom. And Yaakov said, behold, now I know what the labor said last night. He Leah. She didn't Leah. Oh, you know how we do. Oh, what is this? Like I be saying, what is going on? What is you doing? And I knew it not. And Yaakov called to Laban and said unto him, what is this that you have done unto me? Surely I served you for Rachel. And why did you deceive me and give me Leah? And Laban answered Yaakov, saying, not so is it our place to give the younger before the elder. Now therefore, if you desire to take her sister likewise, take her unto you for the service which you will serve me for another 7 years. And Yaakov did so. He also took Rachel for a woman, and he served Laban 7 years more. And Yaakov also came to Rachel, and he loved Rachel more than Leah. And Laban gave her his maid Bilhah for a handmaid. Now when Yahweh saw that Leah was hated, see who steps in? You never see him step in the flesh part until someone is being done wrong. You get what I'm saying? You done took this woman now, and by my Torah, whether you hate her or not, you got to do right by her. That's book. Is that not book? See, how do we have so many woman haters in the Aubrey faith then? Belief system. How are you saying you a Hebrew, but you hate your woman? Now watch this. Because you are walking outside Torah, she go over to Kemet, where the woman is God. See? They worship women over there, but it's still wrong. When are we going to find a balance in Torah to where it says what? Husbands, love your wives, as Mashiach did the assembly, and gave himself for it. See, we don't want to talk about that. That's why Hebrews like to say, I'm Torah only. I'm Torah only. But if that's the case, even in Torah, you see Abraham loved Sarah. And listen to her words. You see that Yitzhak loved Rebekah. Yaakov loved Rachel. There was love there. There was respect there. Even when he got Leah, he was hating her at that time. You got to understand, because he been deceived. But y'all was saying, I don't care what happened on that end. I want you to walk in my book. I got a point too. Go ahead, young fella. Go ahead. We're finna get in on it. Go ahead.
Now, because of that hate that he had for Leah,
Right.
was that the reason the thing that was allowed to be done from him, like from a suit and him, the curse really wasn't a curse because it was written that, you know what I'm saying, that the blessings would be upon him.
Mm-hmm.
But because he hated Leah, was those things that were allowed to be done upon him?
No, it was because he was not yet Yahshar'al. I'm finna show you. You hear my point now, young fella. I gave you that part, and I read to you where the sons come from.
Yeah.
Now we finna see that all this was done before the covenant was made. See there? Let's go to Genesis of Bereshit 31. All this was done before he became Yahshar'al. So you saying multiple wives of Israel. But you do not even know that this all happened before his name changed. Before he got the boy. Yeah. We finna let the Ruach talk. Boy. 31 and 17, I'm going to read to you to show you that what I'm saying to you is true. Then I'm going to jump to 32 because that's my favorite chapter, because that's where we get the name Yahshar'al. 31:17, and Yaakov rose up and sent out his sons and out his women upon camels. He is going to meet Ashu. He is afraid. He is trying to make peace with somebody he thinks is going to tear him to pieces. Right. I like to play on with it. And he carried out his cattle. You can see that right there. All his goods what he had gotten, all his cattle of his getting, and all he had gotten in Padan to go to all Yitzhak his father in the land of Canaan. He had left. That's also where Rachel stole his images. So that when he leave Laban, because Laban still didn't want to let him leave. So she stole his images because he was doing witchcraft to find them. Right. That's book 2. Right. Bereshit don't give you that full extension, but Yasher does. Right. That boy would take shrunken heads and put coins in the mouth. Right. And when they speak to him, they told him everything in the surroundings of what's going on. Go ahead.
Just thought about it. Although she did it in order to protect Yaakov and to protect them, but the thing was, just like earlier when we was reading the Yahshar'al, he didn't trust, man, when he told the Pharaoh, when he told the man to come. Never mind, everybody don't know the story. Anyway, the point is, when she took the thing, she was relying on herself. She wasn't relying on Yahuwah.
Exactly.
And because she wasn't relying on Yahuwah to protect them, Yahuwah allowed her to die from,
putting herself under a curse.
Exactly, from what he said, from his thing. If
exactly.
Told her,
and that's a story we'll share another time. For the sake of my point, I want y'all to see that she hid his idols up under her, and then when they came in to get him, she said, I'm on my time. You know, and everybody, ugh, you know. Ugh. So they didn't bother. But she hid him, not knowing he had other idols that he could pray to. And that man was wicked. Huh? But see, this is where it becomes a change now. I read this 31, you can read all 31. He was trying to look for him. Because he's like, man, he left. But I'm trying to keep him here. Everything he was doing to keep him here. Now watch this. 32. Genesis 32. Every Hebrew, if you're a Torah believer, Aubrey, if you're an Aubrey who believes the Torah, if you say you Torah only, then we need to talk about 32 then. Because the Mashiach is in 32. Does not even have the name Yahshar'al or Israel without having had a name change with the Mashiach or an encounter with him. Let us have a little talk with Yahusha. It don't go right when the JC done pull it off. Anyway. 32. And Yaakov went his way, and the angels of Elohim met him. You see this? And when Yaakov saw them, he said, this is Elohim's host. And he called the name of the place Mahanaim. And Yaakov sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, to the land of Seir, to the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, thus shall you speak to my Adon, or Lord Esau, Ashur, your servant. Now you see, angels, they use angels plural right there, because that's the time. They talked with him for a second. And Yaakov said, I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed with him now. And I have oxen, and asses, and flocks, and manservants, and women servants. I have sent to tell you, my Lord, that I may find hasad, or favor in your sight. And the messenger returned to all Yaakov, and said, we came to your brother Ashur, and also he comes to meet you, and 400 men with him. Boy, I bet his heart dropped on them super goats. And Yaakov was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided out the people that was with him, out the flocks, out the herds, and the camels, into 2 bands, and said, if Ashur come to one company and smite it, see what he thinking? He remembering that he done did this to his brother. He want to kill me. And when the other company which is left shall escape. And Yaakov said, O Elohim of my father Abraham, Elohim of my father Yitzhak, Yahuwah, which said unto me, return unto your country, to your kindred, I will deal well with you. I am not worthy of the least of all mercies. He was a wicked man to himself, too. You see this? Man, pay attention, bro. It's good stuff. Of all truth, which you have shown your servant. For with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I have become 2 bands. Deliver me, I pray you, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Ashur, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children. He's thinking of protection of those women and children. And he goes to the person who knows he can't do nothing against no 400 men. But I know who can. When will we begin to trust Yahweh like that? When will we begin to talk to him on situations that we can't handle? Huh? Yeah, small things too. Very good. When will we get to the point to where we ask him to do the work? See, a lot of times we try to get other people to see the truth. We try to get other people to come into the truth by our own efforts. But when are we going to ask the Most High to bring people into the covenant? You guys coming into the covenant, that's the Ruach doing. Nothing we did. That's all Ruach. Hallelujah. Man, he tried to protect the mother with the children. He said, I will surely do you good and make. And you said, he giving him his promise, I will surely do you good and make out your seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for a multitude. And he lodged there the same night. And he took that which came to him, a great present in his hand, a great present for Ashur, his brother. Boy, he wanted to get it right. I got to butter him up. 200 she-goats, 20 he-goats, 200 ewes, 20 rams, 30 milch camels with their coats, 40 kine, 10 bulls, 20 she-asses, and 10 foals. Why ain't you trying to get all these animals and stuff instead of increasing wives? They mentioned too, ain't it? Why you don't want no milch camels? You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard an opera say yeah about a milch camel. Just saying. You always want to, what's in the book? And he delivered them in the hand of the servants, and they drove by themselves. And he said to the servants, pass over before me, and put a space between drove and drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, when Ashu, my brother, meets you and asks, saying, whose are you, and where you go? And whose are these before you? Then you shall say, they be your servant, Yaakov's. It is a present sent from unto my Lord Ashu. And behold, he is behind us. So commanded the second, and the third, and all that followed the drove, saying, on this manner you shall speak to Ashu when you find him. He said, moreover, continue speaking, behold, your servant Yaakov is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the presents that go before me, and afterward I will see his face. He didn't want to show his face first. That's wisdom. Because he know he done offended this man very much. Right. This boy ain't that something. Man. So I'm going to give him all these presents, and I'm gonna make him feel kind of good before I show my face. Hey. Hey, hello. How you been? Mashlama. So went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. And he rose up that night and took out his women and his 2 women servants. You notice what he called them. See there? His women, Leah and Rachel. And his 2 women servants. See there? Because Bilhah and Zilpah are his women servants. So what is this multiple wives talk? He only had one, really. Right. One is from deception, so that's his 2 women. Right. And then his 2 women servants. Y'all see that, right? I ain't add that to the text. And his 11 sons, because they all his seed. And he passed over the ford Yabok, and he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. And Yaakov was left alone. Pay attention to this. Why do you think the Mashiach sent them on that ship and then prayed by itself? See there? And Yaakov was left alone. And there wrestled a man with him unto the breaking of day. Now, if he was by himself, who's the other man? The man right channel. What you do with this? Let's go. Let's talk about it. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched him in the hollow of his thigh. And the hollow of Yaakov's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaks. And he said, I will not let you go, except you bless me. Who can give a blessing like this? Huh? Why ain't wrestle no other man? Why ain't he get down there with old White, old LeBron, old Barry White? Why he ain't wrestle him? If he looking for a man's blessing, but see, the true barakah, the true blessing, the true exaltation comes from Yahuwah. Don't come from the north or the south, east or the west, but promotion comes from above. So why is he saying this? Let's find out. And he said unto him, what is your name? And he said, Yaakov. And he said, your name shall be no more Yaakov. Why we calling ourselves Jacob? Huh? Let's go into it. Right. But Yahshar'al, for as a prince have you power with Elohim and with men, and have prevailed. You shall no longer be called Yaakov. So we, watch this, when we looking for multiple wives and things before this fact, we are looking for Yaakov's establishment. But what we should be seeking is first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. You are looking for an establishment of Yaakov. Huh? But watch this. Man, this good stuff, man. I love this verse. And Yaakov asked him. Now, he asked his name. He gave it to him. He said, tell me, I pray you, your name. He said, why is it that you do ask my name? And he blessed him now. And Yaakov called the name. Why did he do that? Because it was not, I gotta say this, it was not yet appointed salvation. I can't give you Yahusha yet. I can only give you the promise. You already know who I am. But why would I not give my name? Watch this. The same thing happened with Samson's parents. They said, what is your name? He said, why do you want my name, being that it is wonderful? We use wonderful in the English language the wrong way. We use it as, oh, that's great. Wonderful means of a secret. See there? Siri talking. Siri gonna come on. Siri sound my business. Wonderful is what it is. So why would he give Yahusha yet? Because I have to walk this whole thing out. I do nothing without revealing it to my servants first. I'm just going to have you wrestle me. Watch this. Man, this good stuff right here. And he blessed him now. And Yaakov called the name of the place Panuel. Now you got Kemetz and Hebrews talking about your pineal gland in your brain. Looks like the pineal gland. Man, let me give you the mathematics, son. It's the pineal gland, man. See, his brain, son. That's the mathematics and the attributes to the mathematics, son. Don't get so deep. In the Ivory, it means face of Elohim. Panial. Watch why. I'm going to give you the book. For I have seen Elohim face to face.
Hallelujah.
And my life is preserved. Because people believe and it's taught that no man can look upon Yahuwah and live.
So right. He's saying.
So I'm going to name the place Paniel because I have seen him face to face. Now let me give you something. We are made in his image. Right. If we are made in his image, what would he look like when he shows up to Yaakov?
Right.
A man. And if he looks like a man, it was established since the beginning for him to be Yahusha. From the beginning, it was established that he will come down and be a mediator for Adam's children. Boy. Because the voice came down right after he committed the crime in the garden. It walked in the cool of the day. The voice, the word, the Torah made flesh. Huh? Yes, sir.
So the whole Esau is the end and Yaakov is the beginning would truly mean that it takes place before the name change?
No. The person heard that question. I'll get him in a second. Esau, the beginning, is the beginning of the world now. The world to come is Yahshar'al. There's a world to come on earth as it is in heaven. There's a new heaven and a new earth to be established. Right. That's why you shouldn't seek what's in this world.
Right. Nothing.
Great point is whoever asked that, because it sparked this right here. If you're seeking multiple wives in kingdom building now, right, his kingdom has not come yet. Right. He says he's going to come down and wipe out all the kingdoms of the earth that's against him. Right. So why are you trying to build kingdoms here when the kingdom that comes is going to be subject to Yahusha?
Don't be joint heirs here.
See there? You are looking for the wrong kingdom establishment. Yeah. Because they still fighting over there for land that he going to take anyway. Let's go. I'm going to close it out. Listen, he named the place Paniel. Paniel, you can look it up in the Hebrew if you do not believe me. It's the face of Elohim. It's not a pineal gland in your brain. Here we go. For I've seen Elohim face to face, and my life is preserved. I did not die when I seen him. And he passed over Paniel, and the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Yahshar'al eat not the sinew which shrank, which is the hollow of the thigh. I wonder why black folk call stuff the short thigh.
That's custom, man.
It was a custom unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Yaakov's thigh, and the sinew shrank. And Yaakov lifted up his eyes. See, before I let you meet this brother, it's some things about you that I got to get straight. We can always look at somebody else, but the straightening starts with you. That's why he made sure he sent everybody else over and was left alone. Right. We always want to point fingers at other people. But when does the straightening begin with you? When can Yahuwah change your name to what he wants you to be in him? When can he establish his will in your life? And Yaakov lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Ashu came, and with 400 men. And he divided out the children unto Leah and unto Rachel, and unto the 2 handmaids. And he put out the handmaids and out the children foremost, and out Leah and the children after, and out Rachel and out Joseph behind him further. You see how he established them based on the love he had for them? He's something else. And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times. That is a custom still to this day. You will see that. When they go over there, they drop themselves 7 times out of respect. And he came near to his brother, and Ashu ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted up out his eyes and saw out the women and out the children, and said, Who are those with you? And he said, The children which Elohim has graciously given out your servant. And when the handmaids came near, they and their children, they bowed to the ground. You see them separating his wives from his handmaids. Huh? Who talks about this? Who uses? All you do is just want to pick out women, wives, women. And Leah also with her children came near, and they bowed themselves. And after came Yahushua near Rachel, and they bowed themselves. And he said, What do you mean by all this drove which I met? And he said, These are yours to find hasad or favor in your sight, my Lord. And Ashu said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that you have to yourself. See, there's even a change in him. There's even a change. See, sometimes we can hold things, and when we meet that person, they ain't even thinking the same thing we think. You get what I'm saying? Let that stuff go, bro. And Yaakov said, Nay, I pray you, if I have now found favor in your sight, then receive my present at my hand. For therefore I have seen your face as though I had seen the face of Elohim. Huh? And you were pleased with me. Why? Because he just seen the face of Elohim and he was pleased. He know right now he walking in straight favor. Yeah. There is no way this would have happened on my own accord. This was because the prayer I prayed to protect me. Right. Boy. Now watch this. Take you, I pray you, the barakah, the blessing which is brought to you. Because Elohim has dealt graciously with me. Because I have enough. And he urged him and he took it. And he said, Let us take our journey and let us go. And I will go before you. And he said unto him, My Lord knows that the children are tender and the flocks and herds are young with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die. Let my Lord pray you, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according as cattle, to go before me and the children, to be able to endure, until I come unto my Lord, unto Seir. Remember, we shared that. That Deuteronomy tells you, do not touch Seir, for that is Ashu's or Esau's inheritance. And Esau said, Let now leave with you some of the folk that are with me. And he said, What needs it? Let me find favor in the sight. And so Ashu returned that day on his way to Seir. And Yaakov journeyed to Sukkot and built him a house and made Sukkot for his cattle. And now, therefore, the name of the place is called Sukkot. And Yaakov came to Shalom, a city of Shechem, and to the land of Canaan, when he came to Padanaram, and pitched his tent before the city. And he brought out the parcel of the field, and he spread out his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. And he erected out there an altar, and called it Yahshar'al. Good night. Huh? Boy. See there? The name change meant something to him. He named that place that. Huh? The greatest Elohim is the Elohim of Yahshar'al. See that? There's another text we'll touch on, but I'll do that another time, when it says that Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov did not know me by the name Yahweh, but they only knew me by El Shaddai. That is a mistranslation. They knew him by Yahweh. Very clear. And we're going to break that down later. I'll do that. We'll do that at a later time. But I want to show you that they did that to keep the covenant too. El Shaddai means Elohim Almighty. They knew him from the mighty acts that he had did. See there? And he had already established peace with two brothers who were warned. One brother wanted to kill him. He said, when I see him, it's over for him. But it takes the Ruach to produce peace. So what I wanted to share with you today is that everything that you see is being said on these Facebooks, on these YouTube channels about Esau being a white man. You hear about multiple wives. It's some Hebrews talking about stargazing. It's some Hebrews talking about all this foolishness. That's not book. Yaakov, who became Yahshar'al, that's our ancient ancestor. That's who we say we up under. In Jubilees 25, it shows you that he was wanting to walk in righteousness as Abraham did. You remember when Sarah gave him Hagar, we talk about that. But what we don't talk about is Bereshit 17 and Genesis 17 that told him, now you must walk righteous before me. And he changed his name to Abraham. See there? When there's a name change, there should be a difference. The name change represents a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, I make all things new. Another point I wanted to make too, if you see these multiple wives and these multiple children, they cause so much drama to them. You get what I'm saying? Look at what Reuben did. Like you addressed earlier. Look at all the tribes. Dan was even cut off. You can even read in Revelation, when you read Revelation 7, you don't even hear Dan in there. Why? Because he had made the priests to commit crimes and build high places and idols.
That's it. Oh, what is that?
See there? And that's why the Ephraim and Manasseh, the half tribes, was established because of the promise of Yahusha.
Right.
So, man, if you don't understand the book, don't be trying to push out one point that you see in there based on one line or one scripture. That's why we took our time to share with you the whole entire facet of what the book actually says. It's necessary. Because, understand, you may feel like it's time consuming or whatever, but you need to know why things are done in that book. Yahweh does nothing without revealing it to his servants first. So right there on Genesis and Bereshit 32, he made a covenant with Yahshar'al under Yahushua HaMashiach. That's why Paul said what? Heirs with Yah, joint heirs with Yahushua HaMashiach, Prince of Elohim. That's what that means. So if you don't believe the book to the point that you understand that man he wrestled with was Yahuwah himself, you'll never be able to go to the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament, and understand what it means. It's all there in the book. So when we talk these two nations in the womb, you got to understand these two nations are still struggling now. It's wickedness versus righteousness. It's not color at all. Because if you do it like that, if the white man is Esau, the most wickedest man on the planet, what do you do with the Hamites that want to kill us? It's black folk out here trying to get rid of you too. They plot harder than the white people do a lot of times. Go ahead.
We're going to ask them to pray. Just to lay on back on what you said, you got the white, not only the white people out there, but you got the Hamite out there. Our own people out there too.
Yeah. That's it. They plot harder than the rest of them.
Probably more than anybody. Abba Yah, we baruch you this day. We thank you again for this Shabbat. Thank you for the fellowship. Thank you for everyone who came out and all those who joined us online. We just pray, Father, that you will be with all the families associated here today. Help us be a light wherever we go. That men may see our good works to glorify you in Shemayim. We ask, Father, you continue to hold us, continue to bind us, continue to keep us strong, continue to keep us in the walk in a narrow way. We ask you continue to give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of your word. We pray you continue to lift us up and strengthen us on every side. Keep us protected from the enemy. Let us not to be ignorant of the devil's devices, but be gentle as a dove, wide as serpent. Pray, thank you again for today. In the name above all names, before Yahusha.
Also, I want to say too that this assembly and the people who connected with us, we are focused on walking in the will of Yahweh. We're not focused on what customs is and things like that.
Right.
We are focused on being complete obedience to the Most High and what the book says, and that's what we live by. We do not just take and call everybody our king simply because everybody that calls themselves Israel, Yahshar'al, Hebrew, and all that are not our king. Right. You shall know them by their fruit. Right. Know those who labor among you. That's parts of the book that they do not discuss. Yahusha didn't take everybody. He did not take everybody and accept everybody. You even know that. Even when he went to do certain miracles, he branched off from the 12 and only took 3. You get what I'm saying? So if we're going to be like him, we have to make sure we know those who are around us. We want y'all to get to know us. We're not sitting up on high pedestals acting like we just the teachers and then we go and do whatever. We want y'all to get to know us. Even on Facebook, if y'all want to get to know us, we want y'all to get to know us as far as our walk goes. Because you must know them by their fruit. We don't want you to be saying, oh, well, they teach good on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and then when you cut the cameras off, we into some foolishness, bro. We ain't trying to do that. We're trying to walk in the will of the Most High. Because that way, you're going to make it to the kingdom. Flesh and blood does not inherit the kingdom. While we hollering about this blood stuff, this fleshly stuff, the spirit inherits the kingdom. So we love y'all and Barak y'all.